Hello and welcome to Talking Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig right here in Starship Studio in Times Square. And today we have a very exciting singing group. In fact, they are topping the charts right now with their new single, Speak My Mind. We have the Willis Clan. And let me tell you something. If you think they are gorgeous via Facebook and this show, you should see them in person. They are all so hot. I just can't even tell you. Very, very cute. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
All the way from Tennessee. I tell this to all of my singing guests, and this is really true. My fantasy, it's never going to happen, is how fun would it be to be an international rock star? You guys would know that more than me. But when you can't sing, you're left on this side, just asking the questions. When did you discover that you had talent in this area?
Well, music has always been a big part of our family. Both, like, all of our extended family is musical as well. And so we just kind of grew up playing instruments and singing, and it kind of started off as just something we did around the house, and it wasn't until later that we actually started performing and stuff. And once we moved to Nashville, then we started thinking about it as a career and things like that. So it kind of just snowballed.
So everybody is talented in the family, all the siblings now. The Willis Clan is this group right now,
Yes.
but you also have a bigger clan at home. So there's 12 altogether.
We're 6 of 12 right now.
This is only half.
That's exhausting. Like, as a person who just had two, I just don't even know how your mother did that. That's incredible.
She's a super mom for sure.
It's also extremely exciting all the time.
Yeah, I have to say, one of my friends is one of 11, and she loved it, and she loves her siblings, and I imagine you kind of are best friends with one another.
In a lot of ways.
And worst enemies.
Yeah, of course. Rivals, best friends. Yeah.
I don't know if I could go on the road with my sisters and sing or do anything for an extended period of time. Are there fights that happen on the road?
Yeah, of course there are.
Yeah.
But I think we've always been very close as siblings, and then especially just over the last couple years, we've gotten so much closer. And when you're close to someone, you know all the best things and all the worst things about them. So even when you do have a fight, though, you know this person's background and you know what they've been through, and so it's understandable if someone's having a bad day or something like that. So in some ways, it's almost easier to understand them and look past heat of the moment kind of thing.
I agree.
So much.
I agree, and I notice with siblings that you can go to a place that you can't go to with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could say things, not that you want to go there all the time, but you could say things to one another and actually bounce back. It's a sibling thing. I don't know why it works that way.
Yeah, it's just you have this fierce loyalty.
Yes.
And it's no one else can bully my siblings. That's my job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you're good at it. We have a picture. Well, this is your album, right? Speak My Mind.
Yeah.
And we'll get into the details of why that title is so important. But you guys got your start, at least on the national platform, and America's Got Talent. And here we have a picture of you performing. That was in 2014, and it was very funny because Howard Stern, I saw on one of the clips, was also just bowled over by your good-looking family. And he's like, wow, you guys are so handsome and good-looking. I was like, oh, God, I would say the same thing. How was it being on America's Got Talent?
It feels like so long ago, and yet being back in New York, and even passing Radio City Music Hall, which is where where the live rounds were, it's so surreal just walking back there. It was a great experience. There was so much that happened behind the scenes that was amazing. Just a really, really great experience, and it really did kind of give us an amazing opportunity to reach a lot of people and a lot of people to jump on board with our music, and that's incredible, and we're so thankful for that.
Back in my day, you are the real life version of the Partridge Family. Do you have a clip? No, that's not the Partridge Family with people grew
Look
up
at the
with.
tambourine.
Yeah,
That was me.
that was me.
See how she doesn't look happy?
Did
That
you guys ever watch that show?
No, never.
We never had a TV ever.
Oh, you've never had a TV?
No, we never watched that.
Really?
Never
Oh,
like
wow.
been into TV shows and stuff. We were big
Okay.
into like Disney movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But a lot of people would compare us to the Partridge Family and stuff. We're always like, I hope that's a good thing.
For fun. Tracy is their publicist. She's standing in the back. You have to get them clips of the Partridge Family just so they can see it. And then, of course, the Osmonds also were a very popular singing
Yeah.
group
All that
as
hair.
well. I know, right?
Wow.
They were
You
cute,
guys
just
gotta
like
step it up.
they were
Okay.
cute, just like you guys are.
That's so great.
You had a TLC show, so people got to know you in that way as well. They saw kind of just this perfect family, good looking, smiles, working out. But really, that was not a label that you put on yourself. And
Yes. Yeah.
Speaking My Mind speaks to that, because actually there was a darker secret that your family was living with that you are coming out now in both healing and helping other people. Tell me more about that
Yeah.
story and the healing journey you're on.
Yeah, so there was abuse that was going on in our family, and that kind of became public about 2 years ago. And while we were doing the TLC show, there was very much this picture that was presented of us that was kind of like this perfect family, and everyone gets along all the time and stuff. And that was not a realistic picture of what was happening. But I think also because we had invited cameras into our home and stuff, our daily life started to kind of feel like a performance in a lot of ways. And when you're on stage, you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was like really played a part in a lot of this abuse going like unnoticed in a lot of ways.
It's a
or
little
even
bit
not
like social
addressed.
media too. It's like when you're performing or putting anything out there, you want to put nice things out there, pretty
Right.
things out there, the positive things out there, which is a part of the story. But sometimes the stronger realities are what you don't see or don't put out there.
And it's really important. I think people are really starting to embrace, even on social media and just in the public in general, to starting to present a more accurate and full picture of their life, so that people aren't like looking at people on social media and be like, they have a perfect life. My life is, I'm dealing with all
Right.
of this. Why can't I have a life like that? But people are starting to tell their story and go, share their hardships with the world more. And I think that's something that's really good and that we really want to be a part of, is being vulnerable and being honest and kind of being open with our life and our story.
And that's really what motivated you all to write this album, which has been so successful. Tell people where they can find it.
Oh, you can find it on just about any platform, iTunes, Amazon,
Yeah,
and there's
Spotify.
Spotify. It's all over the place, and we're so excited. We're so happy that it's doing so well.
I'm so happy for you, and I hope everybody gets a chance to hear it. And we will have links up so that you can also find the Willis Clan and hear their latest. And we'll also be teasing their most recent video, which is out there. And I saw it, and it's really fantastic.
Thank you.
Do you have fun making the videos?
Yeah.
So much so.
Yeah, it was great. Jackson was kind of the guy that was like he's kind of our video guy, so he did a big part of that. Yeah. You wanna?
There was a lot to kind of coordinate. There was a lot of people there. There's a lot of camera crew guys, and there's a lot of, we had actors come in and stuff. And that was the first time we'd ever done any kind of music video, but especially working with actors and with all the cameras and lights and stuff. And it was stressful. It was stressful trying to plan everything and keep everyone on schedule, but we pulled it off, and it turned out really, really well.
Do you guys have like different strengths? I imagine you do. Like, is there someone who loves writing more, singing more, the instruments?
Yeah, everybody is an integral part of the band, and different people have different strengths. Jennifer is great with media relations and talking to people, and Jeanette runs our website and social media. I'm the audio guy, Jack's the video guy, Jedi looks great.
He just hands it.
And Jazz
That's the job I want. I don't want to sit back and look pretty and just have someone take my picture, because I'm a little lazy.
Jedi has a lot of strengths, particularly
Literally,
like physical strength.
He's very cute. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh my God! You know what? You're my son's age. That's why I'm like drawn. Oh, my daughter's 16. Just saying, putting it out there.
That's not the first time we've heard that.
Long distance relationship, but it's okay. Be with a rock star. Yeah, I like that idea. The writing, you really had a mission. And it was a psychological mission, which I like, being a therapist. You really wanted to send a message out to your fans. So it's not just enjoying your outer beauty and your talent and the good music that you're putting out there, but it's more substantive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, all of the songs were not written in a very short span of time. Some span years or were started years ago, and then some came out at the last second, just what people were feeling. And all the different songs are different viewpoints of our story, of our lives up until this point, and our hopes and our fears and our dreams. And it was incredible to see that develop in music on this album.
Did it feel therapeutic?
Absolutely, yeah. And it wasn't like, I think when we say like writing these songs and recording this album was kind of like therapy for us, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like it must have had a very zen feeling in the studio, and it wasn't like that. It was raw. It was
Zen?
Emotional.
They weren't a therapist. Zen.
Diffusers and us in yoga poses and being like, oh, this is so nice. And it was very healing, but it was very raw and it was very emotional, and but it was very good.
Well, it's so important to be loved for who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
And it must feel so validating to be honest, have your story out there, benefit other people who may be going through abuse. Because I was telling everyone earlier that music bypasses the brain and impacts the brain in a certain way that just it impacts all of our emotions. So when people are sitting and listening to music, not only does it become the backdrop for their lives, but it also has meaning, and it can be a learning time where you learn you're not alone in terms of dealing with abuse or dealing with a certain kind of emotion. And I think it just impacts people in a very distinct way that maybe even regular therapy can't, or just talking to people.
Music definitely does reach beyond any barrier. Whatever walls we put up, music can break that down.
That's right.
And the feeling that you can show somebody through music is something that you really can't even put into words.
And I don't want to put this on you, but you're role models as well for how to live a life of spirituality and hopefulness, and not let your past abuse get in the way of what you're creating, but incorporating it into your overall story and mission.
Yeah, and that's something that we don't want to, the past abuse does not define us.
Right.
But we also don't want to just like shut the door on that and not acknowledge that happened, because it is an integral part of who we are and how our story has gone. But I think when you go through something that is, a trial that's, dramatic and dark, then sometimes when you're on the other side, it can be even more, powerful and uplifting. When you're like, I got through that, and I can look at life and I can still smile, and I can have joy and peace and love after the fact, and it just gives you more strength.
Right. And it gives other people who are looking at you strength, knowing that you can be through something that is very difficult and just horrific, and still get through and be strong and use it and be successful and look the way you do. So I think that all matters, and I want to congratulate you for that. What we do is a quick 5. And we ask some fun questions. So maybe we can go through, and I don't want to leave anybody out, because I feel like that would be just like a bad host behavior. So we'll just go through quickly. When scrolling through social media, do you prefer posts from celebrities or from your best friends?
Friends.
I don't do social media.
Oh my God.
Definitely friends.
I would say friends.
Friends?
100% friends.
Friends.
Both.
I love him.
Inspiration
that.
from other people, but it's like, getting to see
Yeah.
my friends' stuff.
You know what I like? This probably ages me. I like looking at baby photos and videos. I don't know why, but send them my way. I'm like the one.
When they're your friends' babies.
Right, exactly. I'm always commenting. I'm probably like a stalker or something. Okay, if you could only speak one word today, what would you say?
No one better take my word. I already have.
Okay, so you're in first.
Hope.
Dang it.
You guys can say the same thing. You can say the same thing.
I'll change mine to strength.
Okay.
Truth.
Is that
That's good. I like that.
Chipotle. I love Chipotle.
He could be friends with my son. Mine would be move, because I live in New York City and I work in New York City.
Move, that's not like dance?
No, definitely not dance movements. Like as in move out of my way. I need to be somewhere. Okay. What are the qualities you really enjoy in a friend?
Dependability.
Joy.
Loyalty.
I'd say honesty.
I'd say depth.
I would say. Ooh, it's a hard one.
You can go with Chipotle again.
Yeah.
You can use that.
I would say what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Like long lasting. What's the word for like long lasting? Like that won't like.
Steadfast.
Steadfast. I don't know something.
Okay, that works. What makes somebody a hero?
Ooh.
A split-second decision to do the right thing.
Okay, like it.
What'd you say?
Do you want to be an actor too? I think you'd be good.
Wait, who do you think he looks like?
Oh, he looks like I know that actor, but that oh, is it the one that's with Miley Cyrus?
Oh, he actually does.
Yeah.
Oh, he was younger and he didn't have a beard.
Yeah.
Everyone said he looked like a really young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, but he's
Or
better
Matt
looking.
Damon.
He's better
That's the
looking.
first time anyone
He's better looking than Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm just saying. You can be jealous of me. I'm okay with that. Someone a superhero.
Someone that's golf. Be thinking
I
about
would say staying with the right thing even when it's really hard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would
The
say
right
yeah.
thing when it's hard.
Yeah. Like
You could agree with that.
Yeah.
If you guys are all. Yeah, it's hard.
because that
Somebody
can
who's
apply
a
to
moral compass.
Right, yeah, because
Right.
that can apply to so many different
Right.
situations.
And it's so easy when you have power not to go in the moral direction.
Right.
I think just across the board.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe your life using one word.
Crazy.
Ooh.
Sorry, I took the best one.
It doesn't really work.
Surprising.
Surprising.
That's true.
Besides a roller coaster.
I don't know. Ooh, this is hard. Changing, always changing, ever changing.
Yeah.
I think I'd say like unknown, but not in a bad way, but just like it's unknown.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say complicated.
It's complicated.
Well, all the right answers. Listen, we are so thrilled that you were able to make time for us because the Willis Clan has been at the Today Show and Fox News, and you can look for them and see them and just on their journey of helping other kids and adults understand what it's like to be hopeful and strong and use their talents and skills in a way that helps other people, which is what we're all about at Talking Live. Best of luck to you all. I'm thrilled to meet you, and I know we'll be seeing and hearing more from you moving into the future. And thank you for joining Talking Live. We'll see you soon.